Hey, what's up, everybody? You're here with True Life Ted on another Thursday with Ohio Trans Kings. Got to, week 5 already. So we're going to talk about partners, sexual orientation, and sex. So, real quick, I'm just going to explain a little bit about my sexual orientation and how I see it. I am queer. I don't really like bisexual because I feel like if you say bisexual, then that cuts out trans people and intersex people. And I don't like pansexual because it makes me hungry. Pan makes me think of bread. I used to work at Panera Bread, so there's that. So I just like queer. Plus, it's kind of like a fuck you to anybody and everybody who is like into the whole heteronormative status quo type shit. So when I say stuff like, oh, well, I'm queer, they're like, oh, what the hell? So I think it's fun. It's cool. And I'm primarily attracted to female identified people, usually biological females. But I'm also attracted to male identified people, which is something that's new for me because growing up, wasn't really into it. I had in early adolescence, I had 2 boyfriends, and the relationships were not overly romantic or sexual at all. We didn't do anything other than hold hands at school and pass notes and maybe make out, and that was a big maybe. But getting older and especially getting into my transition, once I became more comfortable with me, more comfortable with my body, and how I perceive myself and how other people perceive me, it was a little easier for me to be like, okay, well, that guy's not too bad looking. And I think what was also really cool was that guys were showing interest in me. Genuine interest in wanting to get to know me and possibly wanting to get to know me on a romantic and sexual level. So that was actually pretty cool. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it was because I was finally comfortable, this whole new world opened up to me. And I'm like, alright, well, it's not so bad. As far as, my top, my bottom, whatever, I would say that I'm pretty versatile. My sexual contact with guys has been, so limited to the point where, I had a little sexual contact with guys as a teenager, trying to figure out sexuality, gender identity, etc. And I was always a bottom on the receiving end. The little bit of contact that I've had since transitioning, I've been a bottom. But, and when I say I've been a bottom, it's always been front hole penetration, if that makes any sense. But I'm definitely into topping guys too. So I guess it really depends on the situation, but I'm definitely pretty versatile when it comes to being in the bedroom with a guy. However, like I was saying, I've primarily been in romantic and sexual relationships with women, and while I'm still versatile, I'm still very much so a giver and a taker. I would say that I'm definitely a little more aggressively submissive, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm going to try to explain it because it's kind of weird. I like to give. I am a giver. I could give all day long. I am definitely a pleaser. I am not going to stop until you've got, so you've gotten off a bajillion times and you just slap me and say, no more, I'm done, I can't do it anymore. And because I like to give, I'm aggressive about it. I'm like, yes, I am going to give you oral sex right now, and you are going to it's going to be so awesome that you can't control yourself. So I can be a little aggressive in that arena, I guess. Partners. Am I in a relationship? sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I am taken. I've been with my amazing girlfriend and hopefully future wife, mother of my children, etc., for almost 7 months now. We have known each other for about 3 years almost. So the next question was, do I think my partner understands my transition? She's been there, like, during some of the most important parts of my transition. We met after I was already out as trans and after I had just started T. So she got to see me at like the beginning, like peach fuzz stages, and then she got to see me at like the, oh, he's got a nice little beard going on, and like, oh, he's had surgery, you know, he's been on T for a while, blah, blah, blah. So, I think she understands and accepts my transition as much as a non-transgendered person can. She's pretty open about asking me questions if there's something that she doesn't get. We talk about my transition and how it relates to her and the people around us. It's a good relationship. I haven't felt this way and been genuinely happy with another person in a while, to be honest. So it's nice to be with somebody who feels comfortable who's comfortable enough with themselves to allow themselves to be with me. Because I think that in a lot of relationships, especially once sex gets involved, people, when they date someone who's trans, they start to freak out because they don't know how, having sex or being with this trans person is going to affect them, how it's going to affect their label, how other people see them, etc. So I think that's pretty awesome that she's comfortable enough in her identity and in her sexuality to be with me, and that I'm finally at a place where I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality and with my identity that I can genuinely be with her and give myself to her. So that's pretty awesome. So I think that's pretty much all I've got this week. Next week is week 6, talking about family and friends as far as transition is concerned. So that's pretty much all I got. So I'm going to stop rambling. And make sure to check out all the other guys' videos if you haven't watched Donnie and Evan and Damien and Jake earlier this week. Then you should check them out. And make sure to check out Cage and Matt. So this is Ted signing off. Have a kick-ass weekend. I know I'm going to.